committee was inaugurated on the 27th of July this year, with myself as the chairman and my deputy being Honorable Blessing Amadi Chigeru. I hope she will join us very soon, because the time of the meeting is supposed to be 2 p.m. as indicated on the platform. But first of all, I want us to be familiar with, the jurisdiction and the mandate of this committee. This committee is meant to promote the general welfare of women and their social, political, and economic participation in all aspects of national development. This committee is supposed to oversight health of women and children, as well as women in vocational training. We are supposed to oversight child development. We are meant to assist to vulnerable segments of the society, including women, the socially disabled, and the handicapped. This committee is supposed to oversight relations with line ministries, national and international agencies, and non-governmental organizations, including the United Nations, on matters concerning women and development. This committee will also be oversighting the National Center for Women Development, and of course, rehabilitation of the physically and mentally challenged. And as we are aware as well, we have the Ministry of Women Affairs under this committee, and of course, the National Center for Women Development, which is now Maria Babangida Center for Women Development. I have included in that jurisdiction and mandate women in sports, professional women, markets, women in public service, every block of women rep that has to do with our national development. And of course, we are also meant to oversee the ministry responsible for women affairs and its parastatal, to say those assigned to other committees. And of course, our annual budget estimates, we are going to look into all that as well. But because this is our inaugural meeting, that's about the basic, work that we are supposed to do as a committee. But today we are meant to introduce ourselves, get to know one another, and also, come up with other ideas that will help this committee to be able to move forward in terms of progress, and of course, for Nigerian women, especially youths, children, and everything that has to do with the jobs of the women affairs and social development. So I'm going to leave the floor open. If you have ideas or other suggestions, you have met with the clerk. This is the clerk of the committee. You also have members of the secretariat, 2 of them over there. Maybe you stand up and introduce yourselves quickly so that they are familiar with you. Issues of women and children mental development, bordering on out-of-school children, child abuse, molestation, violence, abandonment, and other vices. Issues affecting disabled, the less privileged in society, unemployment of people with disabilities, and stereotypes. We are supposed to encourage the domestication of the Child Rights Act of 2003 in all states of the Federation, and possibly seek for amendment to some of the sections of the Act. Since the enactment of the Act, there had been no amendments since the enactment of the Act. We are supposed to strengthen prosecution and procedures for perpetrators of rape and other domestic violence, and enforcing MDAs to create units for trauma management for victims. Pregnancy and violation of female prisoners, and protection of children born and living in prisons. We should participate in national and international conferences, workshops, seminars that promote women, children, and other gender issues, among other things that may arise. We are to protect the rights and education of the girl child, bearing in mind that when you train a woman, you train the nation. So some of the working tools we are going to be using will be the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, the House Standing Order, the extant acts and circulars, parliamentary practices and conventions, and our House referrals. So I'm going to hold on here so that I leave the floor open for some of our members if they have any, suggestions and ideas. Thank you.
At least you have set the ball rolling, and we have something to work on. And Mr. Sharpesin, Madam Sharpesin, the set target that you have stated here, at least it's a testimony that at least you mean business, and this committee is going to start immediately. So I think this inaugural meeting is just for us to go through the work plan and go through the set target. You are even make the work easier by giving us the targets. And what we need to look at is the modality to achieve this plan, which I believe by the time we work together, we look at it together, maybe during the next meeting, we'll be able to set a target for implementation of this set target that you have put here. So once again, I want to appreciate you. As the honorable colleague has said, we can achieve a lot in unity, and if we can work together, I believe we'll be able to. I know we started together because when we started this joint task, I know the way you carry people along, and I believe it's not going to be different with this committee. We just need to carry us along. As I said, this is a women affairs, and we expect a lot of ladies, women in the committee. As we have said, there's to co-op people is allowed. You can try to, and I don't think we need to force anybody, because if you force them to join committee that they don't. It's not about joining committee, but the active, what you want to do, your interest is that is what matters. It's not the numbers, but if you have people that are very active and they have interest in the committee, I think the committee will move forward. At the same time, any ladies that's willing to join, at least the more it's merrier. So once again, I want to appreciate you, and I want to appreciate the clerk and the secretariat for this wonderful meeting. Thank you very much.
Alia, I'm Honorable Bello Isa Ambarura from Sokoto State, and I represent the good people of Goraba and Elela. Vice Chairman, Rules and Business Committee. Thank you very much, Jala, for giving me this opportunity to discuss or advise on this very important committee. Perhaps this committee, like the assumptions of other people, I regard this committee as very vital. My brother Saido has mentioned the representation of women. Certainly, because there's a woman at this committee, I believe even if women are not here, we are representing our women in the National Assembly. We have to do our best. Somebody like me who has 2 wives at home, I don't think I can do something that will tarnish the image of women in Nigeria. So definitely when I found myself in this committee, I'm very, very glad, because I know, even at the state level, when I had this committee, vice chairman of the committee in the state, Sokoto State House Assembly. I was the chairman, Rules and Business, and the vice chairman, Women Committee in the State Assembly. So I know how this contribution this committee can make to the development of society and Nigeria in general. So I'm very glad, extremely glad to find myself in this important committee. So, Mr. Charlie, I assure you, on my own part, consider it as I am representing the women of Sokoto State in this National Assembly. And inshallah, God's willing, I will do my best to contribute my development, my quota to the development of women, not only in Sokoto State, but in Nigeria as a whole. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Deputy Chair, honorable colleagues, clerk, my name is Honorable Khadija Waziri Bukar Ibrahim. I represent Damaturu Tarmoa Gujibagulani Federal Constituency of Yobe State. And I'm very honored to be part of this all-important committee. All important in the sense that women happen to be part of all our lives. A woman is a mother, a woman is a daughter, a woman is a sister, a woman is a grandmother, and you cannot overemphasize the qualities of a woman and the all importance of a woman. So when we were asked to choose committees, I said, most importantly, I have to be part of the Women Affairs Committee. Why is that? Because as a woman, I need to be there to see what my fellow women are going through. I have to be there to repair the house that was built by my fellow women. We don't want any petty jealousies. We don't want any pull me down syndromes. We want a situation whereby each and every woman will assist her fellow woman in whichever endeavor she can find herself possible. So that pulled me to Women Affairs Committee because I really do want to belong here. I want to share my thoughts with the he for she's that we have here. And I can see there are quite a few of them. And they know the importance of the Women Affairs Committees. Now, over the years, I've been part and parcel of this committee, but unfortunately, funding has been a problem for this committee. So with the help of the committee, I hope that since the budget has been brought, the MTF has been brought, we can be able to assist the envelope. I don't want to go on and on since this is just an inaugural session, but I am highly welcomed. I am highly honored to be welcomed here today. Madam Chair, our very capable chair, who is very committed to the cause of women. So, and all our brothers that are he for she, thank you very much for also attending this meeting. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Again, good afternoon. Talking about stakeholders' engagement, I just remembered something. Last weekend, to be precise, I think on a Sunday, no, just the day before yesterday, my governor attended an event in one of our local governments in Niger State. And I said I should bring that to fore. There's so many funds out there for women in support of women empowerment. I came across the Nigerian for Women project, the World Bank funded project, which I think the pilot scheme is supposed to come to an end by first quarter of next year. But we had serious engagement with World Bank officials here in Nigeria, and we are pushing them to extend the project and even the coverage of the project. I'm talking about Nigerian for Women project, a World Bank funded project. There's so many funds out there, World Bank funded, there's so many international donor agencies that are doing things that have to do with women. So let's not limit ourselves to just government agencies. Let's go all out. When you talk about funding for the committee, I think it's something, like I said, the women have sympathy, they have leverage. When they speak, the world wants to listen to them. So we can leverage on that and attract funding for the committee engagement. And the numbers here may not be too encouraging now. But I know eventually when people come to know what is in this committee, you see them coming in their numbers. In the Ninth Assembly, it turned out to be one of the best committees. Even in the ninth assembly, I choose on my own to be a member of the committee. And even now, I told them that I have no interest in any committee. If they like in my state stuff, let them not give me any committee. I have experience that will
The
make me.
camera can go now. We are okay. Thank you.